Good afternoon. I'm going to read out of 2 Kings chapter 4, and the story is the widow's olive oil. The wife of a man from the company of the prophets cried out to Elijah, "Your servant, my husband, is dead, and you know that he revered the Lord. But now his creditor is coming to take my two boys as his slaves." Elijah replied to her, "How can I help you? Tell me, what do you have in your house?" "Your servant has nothing there at all," she said, "except a small jar of olive oil." Elijah said, "Go around and ask all your neighbors for empty jars. Don't ask for just a few. Then go inside and shut the door behind you and your sons. Pour oil into all the jars, and as each is filled, put it to one side." She left him and shut the door behind her and her sons. They brought the jars to her, and she kept pouring. When all the jars were full, she said to her son, "Bring me another one." But he replied, "There is not a jar left." Then the oil stopped flowing. She went and told the man of God, and he said, "Go sell the oil and pay your debts. You and your sons can live on what is left." I really like this story because I think it is kind of about faith. I think that, when we're in a position where we don't think we have enough or we don't have anything to sell, something's happened and we need money for whatever. In this situation, her husband, died, and she was with her sons, and there was debt. The collectors, the creditors were coming, and they were going to take her sons. And she already had lost her husband, so I bet she just felt, pretty concerned, pretty devastated by it. And when Elijah asked about, what she had, she's just like, "I don't have anything." But then she did say that she had some olive oil. And so, by faith, she went and got those jars. Her sons and her went out and got the jars, or maybe it was just her sons. But anyways, and she trusted that, the prophet Elijah was going to help her. And so she did what he said. Maybe it didn't even make sense to her. But I think she was probably pretty desperate. She knew that they were coming, and she had to do something. And so she listened to him and did it. And when the last jar was filled and there wasn't any more, then the oil did stop flowing. And I don't even know. I'm just trying to think about how many jars did they collect. Was their whole home, which was probably a small room, was it filled with jars? But it was enough for them to sell those items, sell the oil, the jars full of oil, to pay those debts off. And it also said then they can live on what is left. So there would be leftovers as well. And so I love that. I feel like so often we feel like we don't have enough. We look at our bank account, or, we look in our refrigerator and we think we don't have enough. And yet I feel like there's so many people that I don't know that may have far less than I do. And I know that's true. I mean, in third world countries, and even, where I live, there's people that are struggling, and they might not have, a pair of shoes. I have more than one pair of shoes. I have boots and tennis shoes and stuff, and jackets. And I have been thinking about that, what can I give, to the rescue mission, or, to another person that might need it. I have some extra shoes and extra clothes and coats maybe that I don't need. I don't need to have, so many coats. I don't need to have so many shoes. I do have, you have shoes for different occasions and stuff. But what I'm saying, just things that I don't need. And maybe you can look in your closet. Maybe you have some items that have been sitting around, or you have extra coats or something you bought that's new. And I even challenge you to maybe something you bought new, if you feel like, led to give that to somebody. And that's up to you. I mean, I'm just saying, I feel like it can be easy to give away stuff that we don't want anymore. Like, oh, that's cool. I don't need it, and, somebody else can have it. But yeah, just think about that. Thinking about the season of, the holidays coming up. And I know that, a lot of the places that, care for those that are struggling, in a rescue mission or wherever, there'd be special holiday dinners and stuff. And at Christmas, there's, extra gifts for, kids and parents that might not get a gift. Um, and so, yeah, I'm challenging myself too to go ahead and look at what I have been given and what I've received over these last couple of years, even as to if I need them or not. And can I give them to somebody that I know, or, get them to the rescue mission, or to the women's shelter, or whatever. Because I believe that it does matter. And sometimes you think about, well, somebody else will do it, and maybe they won't. You assume that they're taken care of and people are always volunteering. But I think that that's not really true. I think that oftentimes it really starts with us, and it starts with our heart and what we can do for somebody. And maybe it's not a lot. Maybe you don't have an extra coat or an extra pair of shoes, or, you're struggling yourself. Then you could give your time to one of these facilities, or time to a friend. I'm not saying you have to volunteer. Currently, I'm not volunteering anywhere. I'm a little limited with not having a vehicle. But I have done some volunteer work in the past, and I have helped in churches and stuff to do those things. And so I'm just thinking I really want to do some special things this year during the holidays that will be good for, other people, and will bless them. And I don't know how much I'll be able to do, but I'm at least going to do a shoebox or two for the Samaritan's Purse. And I think, you can do that online. I've done it online before. And there's a lot of different things that you can do. If you don't want to do a shoebox, I think there's money that can go towards different things. They sent me a catalog, and it was like you could even get a goat for a family or some chickens, which I thought was really cool. But I just feel like I'm so privileged, and I know that maybe sounds strange. I'm not making that much right now, and I don't have a vehicle. I'm not, living in my own home, or, renting a small place for myself. But I really just want to be thankful and grateful for what I do have, that I'm living in a nice place. I have my own room and my own bathroom, and I'm cared for. My family and friends take care of me, get me to work and whatnot. And I have a job that I can go to, even if it is part-time. And I'm thankful to have health insurance again. And really just be paid up on bills. And yeah, I'm just really grateful and thankful. And so if you like my videos, you can subscribe and like and share and leave a comment. Maybe you have a certain thing you do during the holidays, or maybe year round. Maybe you volunteer. Share some of those things that you do to volunteer or help other people. And I hope you have a blessed day. And so I'll talk at you guys later, maybe today some more, if not on Monday. So blessings, everyone. Bye.